This video is intended to familiarize authors with some advanced features incorporated in Primo to facilitate quick and efficient pagination. Many of the features involve adjustments done in the float environment. These include adding space above and below the caption, adding space above and below the float, modifying the float view, and manipulating the width and space between the rows. We may also adjust interword spacing, eject and start a new column, column balance, make adjustments concerning the baseline skips, control space in the final line, etc. We'll now take a look at the procedure for each of these in detail. Let us start by inserting space above the caption of a float. Consider this float here as an example. Take a careful look at the PDF layout before making the change so that you may easily identify the difference once the change is made. Now, identify the figure in the main editor. The next step is to click on the three dots available against the figure caption. Now, from the options listed, select Text Float Environment. In the pop-up window that opens, in order to add space above the caption, add the appropriate value in the field provided for it. We have provided 1 pica unit as a sample value. Now click on the Save button and close the window. Checking the results in the updated PDF. As you see, the space above the caption has increased by 1 pica unit. Inserting a space below the caption is also quite similar. Now, in order to demonstrate this, we'll choose a table from the article. To navigate to a table quickly, we'll click on the PDF, launch the search box by clicking on the Ctrl F keys, and type in Table 1. As you see, this will direct you to Table 1 in the article. Now, in order to add a space below the caption in this float, in the main editor, click on the three dots against the table caption, and as you see, select Text Float Environment. In the pop-up window that opens, provide the appropriate value in the space below caption field. Here, we will enter 10 points as a sample value. Click on the Save button and close the window. Reloading the PDF. As you see, the space below the caption has increased by 10 points. So this is how we may add spaces above or below a caption in Primo. Next, we'll see how the same may be done for floats. A float includes the table or figure along with its caption. In this example, the Table 1 float here is placed at the bottom of the page. This implies that there is no space below the float in this page. In this case, we may insert space above the float. Before doing so, take note of the existing space between the table and the content above. Now, follow the procedure similar to the one demonstrated earlier. In the main editor, click on the three dots against the caption of the specific table and select the Text Float Environment option. The only difference is that this time, in the pop-up window that opens, fill in the appropriate values in the space above float field as you see. We will enter 7 pt as a sample value. Click on the Save button and then the Close button. Upon reloading the PDF, as you see, the space above the float has been increased in keeping with the measurement we provided. Let us check out one more example. In this case, let us try to insert space above and below this float. For this, in the main editor, we'll go to the concerned figure, click on the three dots against the caption, and among the menu items listed, select Text Float Environment. In the pop-up window, this time we will provide values in both the space above float and space below float fields. As you see, we have entered 6 Pt in both fields here. Save the values and close the window. Now, checking the reloaded PDF. As you see, the spacing has changed in keeping with the measurements we provided. So this is how we may insert space above and below a float or a caption in Primo. Now we'll take a look at how we may modify the view mode of a float in the article. For this, identify the float in the article which you need to view differently. Then go to the main editor and click on the 3 dots against the caption of the said figure. From the displayed menu items, choose Text Float Environment. In the pop-up window that opens, there is a field available for inputting the view with a drop-down menu. Currently, as you'll notice from the PDF, our selected float is displayed in a single column format. You have the option to choose between single column, double column, or a medium width view. Let us try changing this to double column view by choosing double column option from the menu. Now click Save and then close the window. Now click Save and then close the window. Now click Save and then close the window. As you see, the figure is displayed in double column mode. Let us try one more example. This time let us choose Table 1. As you see, Table 1 is displayed in double column mode. Let us try to change its view into medium width. The procedure is the same. Click on the 3 dots against the caption of Table 1 in the main editor, launch the Text Float Environment window, and this time in the View field, choose Medium Width from the drop-down menu. Save the change and close the window. Reloading the PDF to check the results. As you see, the table view has been modified to medium width. To change it to single column, again launch the Text Float Environment window and select single column in the View field. Save the change and close the window. Reloading the PDF. As you see, the table view has been modified to single column. Now to revert the table to its default view, simply launch the Text Float Environment window and select the blank option from the drop-down menu in the View field. Now click Save and then close the window. Upon reloading the PDF, as you see, the table has been updated to its default view mode. Now in case you need to change the width or add spaces in between the rows of a table, this again is possible through the Text Float Environment option. So we'll again launch the Text Float Environment window and provide the necessary values in the concerned fields. For example, to change the width, we'll provide a sample value here in the width field. Upon clicking Save and closing the window and reloading the PDF, you see that the table has been formatted in accordance with the width measurements provided. Similarly, to adjust the space between the rows, in the Text Float Environment window, we'll provide a sample value in the Space Between Rows field. Click on Save and close the window. Now upon reloading the PDF, as you see, the table is updated in keeping with the measurements we provided. This concludes an overview of the features available in Primo concerning the float environment. Now we'll move on to a few additional features in Primo that facilitates effortless pagination. Firstly, let us see how interword spacing may be adjusted in Primo. Sometimes a slight increase or decrease in the interword space may help in making the article more structured. We'll now demonstrate the procedure for this. Consider this paragraph as our sample. Note the point where the paragraph ends. Now identify the same in the main editor and click on it. Now navigate to the Insert menu in the primary toolbar. Go to the other submenu item and click on Tech command. In case you are well versed in tech, you may directly key in the Tech command in this field. Otherwise, from the drop-down menu, choose Adjust Interword Space option. Now these three dots indicate that a value has to be manually entered. So we will remove the three dots and enter an interword spacing value of our choice. Click OK. Upon reloading the PDF, the interword spacing has changed and the paragraph now ends at a different point. Decreasing the interword spacing may also be done in a similar manner. Let us pick this paragraph as our example. Note the point where the paragraph ends. Now click on the position in the main editor and as before, launch the Tech command window. From the drop-down menu, choose Adjust Interword Space option. Now this time, as we need to decrease the interword space, we'll enter a negative value in place of the three dots. For example, we have entered -1 here. Upon clicking OK and reloading the PDF, as you see, the interword space is modified accordingly. So this is how interword spacing may be adjusted in Primo. Next, we'll take a look at the Eject and Start a New Column feature in Primo. In order for this, let us navigate to page 9 in the PDF. This may be easily done by simply entering the page number in this field here and clicking the Enter key. Now suppose that we need to move the content after this paragraph into a new column. After clicking at the point from where you want the content to be ejected, go to Insert menu in the primary toolbar and from under Other submenu, choose Tech command. In the Tech command window that opens, from the drop-down menu, select Eject and Start New Column Page option and click OK. Upon reloading the PDF, the content below our chosen point has been pushed to a new column in the next page. In a similar manner, we may also use the control space in the final line feature in Primo. To demonstrate this feature, let us consider this paragraph here. To better understand what this feature entails, take note of the position of the final line in our selected paragraph and in all the subsequent paragraphs. Identify the location in the main editor where we need to insert this command. Now launch the text command window as demonstrated earlier. And in the text command window, from the drop-down menu, choose Control space in the final line, Change option. Now click OK. Upon reloading the PDF and checking, all the content from the selected point will be justified as you see here. In order to restore the previous format or to prevent this feature from being implemented after a certain point, a similar method may be followed. Consider that we need to revert the change in formatting from this point till the end. So, for this we'll identify the location in the main editor. Click on it and then launch the text command window. But this time from the drop-down menu, we'll choose Control space in the final line, default option. Click OK once you're done. Upon reloading the PDF, as you see, the change in formatting from our selected point is reverted. So this is how Control space in the final line feature works in Primo. Next, we'll take a look at the column balancing feature in Primo. While formatting an article, it is necessary to ensure that there is a certain degree of structure and balance in the way the reference entries are arranged in the page. For instance, in this example here, all the reference entries are arranged on a single column in the page. Using the column balance feature, we'll be able to break up this content and shift a portion to the second column. Let us see how this may be done. The first step is to identify the reference from which the content has to be shifted to the next column. It has to be noted that the point of break shouldn't fall within a reference entry. Identify the location in the main editor where we need to insert this command. Click on the label, and from the sections listed in the bottom bar, as you see here, find bib reference with a down arrow mark. Clicking here will reveal a text instruction option. Click on it to launch the text instruction window. In this example, since we need to insert an instruction after our selected location, click on the After drop-down menu and from among the various options listed, select Column Balance. Click Save and close the window. Checking the results in the updated PDF, as you see, the content from the point we selected has been moved to the second column. This is how column balance feature works in Primo. For CAS articles, a margin of 5 lines is allowed while bottom balancing the 2 columns. But in case we need to further decrease the balancing gap, we may make use of the adjust baseline skip command. This needs to be incorporated along with the previous tech instruction. So like earlier, we'll click on the label and launch the tech instruction window. The one here indicates that a tech instruction has already been inserted. Now in the tech instruction window, we need to include the command in the after field. Opening the drop-down menu, as you see, adjust baseline command is available. And as a sample measurement, enter 9 Pt in place of the 3 dots. Click Save and close the window. Upon reloading the PDF, as you see, the spacing has been reduced and the bottom balancing gap has been reduced to just 2 lines. Thus, by similarly tweaking the provided measurement values, we may adjust the difference between the 2 columns according to our requirement.